it's about 10 AM on Tuesday the 28th of February 2017. I've just come back from my third lesson with Dan Whittaker, but before I show you any of that, I wanted to raise a topic that is absolutely fundamental to me achieving my goal of scratch handicap, reducing it from its current 6. Now, it's a question that I need to ask myself, and it's the same question essentially that you guys should be asking yourselves as well, regardless of what your golf goals are. For me, the question is, what is it that scratch golfers do differently or better or have in common that I'm not doing at the moment in my own game? I need to identify each of those areas and address them, form a proper practice routine. And it's going to form the basis of my content for this channel going forward, because in identifying these things and demonstrating them to you, what I need to work on, that then provides a better narrative and understanding of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and it helps you understand what it takes to reduce your handicap from 6 down to scratch. And it just means that when you're watching my videos, you're not just watching an abstract practice session or lesson or course vlog. There's a reason behind what I'm doing, and you can try and follow my progression based on that. So if you're trying to break 80 for the first time, what is it that people that shoot 75 have in common? If you're trying to get your handicap down from 20 to 10, what do people who play off 10 have in common? And in trying to understand those questions and identifying those things, that then will help your own game improve as well. So, with that in mind, taking a look at my lesson with Dan today, we were working again on getting my takeaway and my wrist set honed. That gets me into a really good position at the top, and hopefully the idea is that will improve my ball striking. With better ball striking, that will improve my greens in regulation stat. I feel that that will help me shave 2 or 3 shots off my game, if I can do that consistently. With that in mind, let's take a look and see how I got on.
So you want it even more outside?
But with the hand staying in.
So how do I get that feel then?
Okay, so set up to it for me.
Is it more like that?
It's more, well, that's just the club going, that's just your
Yeah.
Do what you just did. So your arms have gone away, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah? And where's the club now? It is outside the line.
Yeah.
What you need to do is, okay, turn the body, feel that.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay? So you feel that setting a bit in there
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so back to start for me.
Okay.
That's how I want to feel. Now take it up to the top. Now you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
There you go. Just do that again, mate.
So more like that?
Yes, that's your feeling.
Yeah, okay.
Feel like the toe of the club starting to work up in the air immediately as the club's going back.
And that felt solid.
Exaggerate a little bit more. You can see where the toe of the club
Yeah.
goes underneath the plate, your forearm,
Yeah.
and then goes upwards through it.
So
Yeah.
it wants to be coming up even. Right, okay, so more like that.
That's good, that.
So that almost feels as if I'm starting takeaway by lifting the club.
Yes. I feel on it.
Yeah, again, it feels like it's coming back steeper, less around me.
Yeah.
It does feel very much as if the club face is staying closed as
Yeah.
it's going up, rather than rolling open.
Straight, feel like the toe of the club's coming straight through our outside.
Okay. Which is a sort of 45 degrees
Yes.
that way.
With the hand staying low.
Hand
Turn the
staying.
body.
Okay.
Miles better, watch this. Miles better.
God, that feels so weird. That literally feels as if I'm trying to hit you in the head and you're 45 degrees in front of me to my right. Yeah. Much better.
Miles better, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay. Because I was watching the PGA Tour last night and I was freeze framing Adam Scott and I was thinking, man, that takeaway, like, it's awesome, isn't it?
He's probably got the best takeaway in the game.
It's just fantastic.
What does a scratch player do that you don't do? So why are they off scratch and why are you not? What's the difference? It's got to be one.
there's a massive difference in the ball striking and the consistency that's going to make a difference between me and the scratch play. That might get you down the next 2 or 3 shots.
Yeah.
Then putting as well, getting the damn thing in the hole, because that is a massive part.
Massive. But I tell you what, they're amazing at. They can get it up and down out of a tin can.
Yeah. That felt solid. That felt like a bit more of a draw, or at least a straight ball flight.
I'd like a 1-2 yard cut.
That's what I want. That felt really good. Am I getting more? Is my right elbow getting as trapped behind me now?
Nowhere near us.
It's not, is it?
No.
It doesn't feel like I'm having to shoot
Nowhere near
from
us.
the inside out as much.
Okay, do you use alignment sticks in your practice?
No, I never have. I never have.
Okay.
There's no reason why, other than I just never have.
So let's say you're trying to hit a cut. Okay. You've always got to start at that side of it, haven't you? Because if you start at this side, if you start it to the right of it, it isn't ever moving back to the target. So you could do that, or have 2 together and get it through a tight window. You literally, most driving range bays, the edge of the bay stops about here, grass starts there. When the grass just about starts, you can put them in, whack them in the ground, get them, about 2 feet maximum.
People are going to look at me like, who's that guy think he is?
This is the guy who's trying to get down to scratch. He's not whacking balls.
Seriously, most people are struggling to get it through that gap.
Yeah, well, you said you want to tighten it up, but here my question is, how do you know if you're hitting your starting line?
No, you're absolutely right.
But you're going to see it in the air. Well, if you see it in the air, and you see that it's gone right, without knowing the starting line with where it's going.
Yeah, because you don't get that first even sort of 50, 100 yards.
Well, if the sticks are there, you can at least start to get a bit of a reference point and start to understand it a little bit. If you don't get that, how do you know if it's path or face?
Yeah.
That will feel like it's really
that's
so straight up.
So weird. Okay, there you go.
So backswing wise, that was miles better.
And in general, then body positions and everything else.
You just lost a little bit of height in the backswing there, just try and retain your spine angle a little longer. See, they had just very, very slightly. Wants to dip a little. It's not much actually, to be fair. Been a little bit picky there.
No, that's picky's fine. I think that for me is because I'm trying to really get that feeling of pushing my hands down and away from me, and I think my body is following my arms a bit too much now.
That means that when you're trying to push the club away from you, when you let your head drop, means your arms are doing it.
Yeah, because I feel as if I'm kind of going.
Yeah, so
like
just
that.
try and feel like the wrists are setting it up a little bit more then. Just feel like the wrists are setting it up towards me a touch more. Oh, nearly weight got on your toes. But yeah, what you'll also do, like a lot of people, is you're starting to get driven by the strike. So as soon as a bad strike, because a bad strike, that distracts you so much you forget what you worked on. Yeah? Because it's like, well, let's just hit one. Well, that was out the middle, so that felt pretty good. You know, your first thing is the strike. Whereas what I want you to do is tell me what happened to you in the swing. Because I can go like this. Watch this. Okay, tell me if this is a good swing. Is that a good swing?
No,
It's out the middle.
you did.
So I could say, that was right in the middle, that was good, that. So that's not a reference point, is it?
No.
Because I could make that swing, or I could go like this. I could go so opposite, I could go in here. And somehow get the middle back to the ball. I'm going to do it every time, because look how far left that shot went. We came out the middle.
Yeah.
So the strike's irrelevant. That's your ability of hand-eye coordination to find the middle. Yeah? So you're not, that isn't the reference point. The reference point needs to be, how did you set the wrist? Did you stay up? So you need to be able to dial into those internal feedbacks yourself. And if you can't, keep slowing it down or You know, do something that's going to allow you to do it. In my opinion, the best way to do that is with the speed. But if you're driven by the strike, you aren't ever going to get the change in the technique. As one of my mates once said, tell me something I don't already know. So he's got to try back. So what he's saying is, and it was a bit harsh because he did it to some kids, that's our national squad. But what he was saying is, you've got to strap, man. You know? Got my own set of eyes.
Yeah.
What he can't do is, he can't come over, climb inside your body, extrapolate a feel, come back out of the body and go, here's how it felt, mate. With all the technology in the world, it's the one thing we can't do yet.
I would work harder on telling you.
So try and dial into the feeling a little more for me.
That feels as if I'm literally working the club head about a foot away from my body.
Okay, I feel like it's going straight up in the air as you're doing it. So,
that felt good. The hands felt more connected. The club head, the wrists set earlier.
yeah,
More outwards towards you. I felt as if I stayed in my position, my
posture.
posture better.
Look at that.
And it felt like a nice strike too.
I thought that in the first move, rather than you setting the wrists, your arms disconnected. So if your arm disconnects in the first move, let you wait and go. If your arms disconnect outwards towards me,
Or did it fall that way? No, away from it? Or
do the movement. Move to me.
as in move my arms towards
Where's
it?
your weight gone?
To my right toe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that stays on your toes, where if you got further, if you got closer to the ball or further away from it?
Closer to the ball.
Okay, where will you like to kind of strike the ball on the face?
Near the heel.
What did you do then?
Hit it out the heel.
So why did it come out the heel?
Because I slung my weight away from my body, forced myself
So
forwards.
now you're starting to be able to self-analyse.
Yeah.
Okay? So now you're finding out, rather than the case of the strike and where it was on the face, you're now starting to understand with what you're working on in your swing, what caused that shot on that one particular bad one.
I do often fall towards my toes.
Okay, so that tells us that in your effort to get the club away from you, you push your arms away rather than set your wrists.
Right.
Get the wrist to set the club up more. So feel the wrist set the club straight up in the air. Very steep and up. See, that was completely different move, mate. Completely different.
It felt more centred over my feet, so I felt as if I really flipped my wrists up towards you. The weight felt even across my feet, and I felt as if I stayed in my posture as well.
So look at that. That's the best swing you've done all day.
That, I have to say, that felt awesome.
Okay, so that was really good set. Great move. Right, one more for me.
That feels so much more balanced than I have been for so long.
Okay, Pete, really good session today. So what we've got is, during that setup position, obviously we're just focusing on having those arms relaxed down, letting that edge of the toe up in the air. That's just going to be something that is the change of what your visual representation of where the club is sitting. So what we've got is from here, the toe of the club is starting to work upwards. That is a miles better first move. Left arm is a lot more out in front of you. Club is setting up beautifully. Hands are in front of the body. From there, you are now starting to stay in your posture and getting the club into a really good position at the top of the backswing. In fairness, that looks absolutely fantastic. Club face parallel to the left arm on the shoulder plane. Careful it doesn't get a bit long, just that would be the last thing. I'd just keep you around for that backswing. If you can get just keeping it in this sort of position here, you're going to be absolutely on fire, ready to do that. Some more good stuff on that downswing. But as you can see now, when that's setting up there, you are in way better position at the top. The straight line between the left outside edge of the left ankle and the middle of the back is great, and then able to create a bit of space then coming down. It was a good session today.
As always, it was great to have you here again with me. Please do give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment or question in the section below, and of course, please do subscribe. I very much look forward to seeing you in one of my next videos.
Oh, that feels so good.